facing charges of terrorism and secession in the military court in Yaoundé. The release was expected to restore calm to the two restive English-speaking regions, where activists are demanding an end to discrimination by the Francophone-dominated government. But with so many others still in jail, tempers are still high, as Randy Joseph reports now from Bamenda.
Joy and tears overflow in Bamenda as 38 former terrorist suspects arrived as free men. A dozen others were escorted to Boya in the southwest region. They had been in prison custody for periods ranging up to 8 months, facing military court trials on terrorism charges that could have landed them death or life jail sentences. They were arrested following protests against the second-class status of Anglophones and the destruction of their education and court systems by the dominant Francophone government. But then, this announcement on state radio changed their prison story.
Bia today ordered the discontinuance of proceedings pending before the Yaoundé Military Tribunal against Messrs. Nkomo Felix Agbo, Fontem Afoteka Neba, Paul Aya Abine, and some other persons arrested in relation to the violence committed in recent months in the northwest and south.
Pressure from the UN and other international bodies, coupled with civil disobedience campaigns to get them freed, was immense. A precondition for the resumption of schools that have been grounded since December last year. But in the end, not all of them walked free from jail. Former presidential candidate and rights campaigner Ka Wala witnessed the military court proceedings to release the men.
Justice has not been done. You cannot charge a group of people together for one case. Then, at time of release, you release some and leave others. What are you holding them for? These people have been in jail for 8 months. This government has been unable to present one iota of proof. And now they tell us they are going to keep people again for 1 month.
Northwest Regional Governor Lele Lafrique shook hands with the former detainees, some of who came with different ailments. But when challenged by the press if the government will sponsor their health check, he retorted.
Are you sure they are sick? But the hospital of the region are ready to receive them who have some cases. I would like to advise to those that have come back to behave in such a way that we shouldn't come back to the situation that brought there in Yaoundé.
Some of the former detainees speak out.
I was tied up, my hands behind my back, with masks all over my face. I can't see anybody. The gendarmes were telling me I'm going to be killed. When we arrived, the cell was very, very nasty. Shit everywhere, you know.
There was feces everywhere.
Yeah, we would lie on the floor, tumbo. They were all over my body.
So maggots were all over your body?
Yeah, when they took me to the hospital, even those military attendants in the hospital here, they were very, very sorry for me.
Do you think you were unjustly arrested?
Of course, I was unjustly arrested, and that is why they couldn't prosecute me in court, because they had no evidence against me for any terrorism-related offense. We knew that there was tremendous pressure on the government to release us, so I don't buy that crap that the president did it out of some gesture of tolerance.
My wife gave birth while I was in prison. I have a 1 month and a half baby that's sitting there, and I'm going down to see him now for the first time. I was arrested on the 8th of December 2016.
What did they accuse you of?
Terrorism, rebellion, secession, and others.
Are you a terrorist?
How can I be a terrorist? No.
Cameroonians at home and abroad are having conversations about the prison graduates and the way forward in the Anglophone crisis that have grounded schools and courts for about 9 months.
We were coming and doubting, so finally we came, we met him, we are so happy, and we are begging God that those who are still behind should bring them.
We have mixed feelings right now. Even though I'm happy that I saw my husband, Tim Finian, the journalist of a Lifetime newspaper. I saw my husband was adopted, so I'm happy I saw him.
There is bad faith in this government. You cannot be releasing people and arresting more, just to paint to the international community that you are succumbing to dialogue and that everything is okay in the country. Nothing is okay.
More troops have meanwhile been deployed to the troubled northwest and southwest regions, and English speakers say they are continuously being arrested.
That report by Randy Joseph. Now, while there has been relief at the release of the prisoners, people have also been asking why there's been so little intervention by the international community over the brutality of some of the treatment. Baroness Patricia Scotland is the Secretary General of the Commonwealth. She spoke to Audrey Brown.
Well, the first thing to say is we've absolutely not been mute, and we've not been silent. I continue to follow the developments in the southwest and northwest of Cameroon, and have had several opportunities to raise concerns, including the allegations of human rights violations, with the government, and to ask what response they are going to make and how they are going to do it. And I'm really pleased that we've had some positive developments on the discontinuance of the legal process against some of the detainees in relation to the crisis. And on the government's request, I sent a Commonwealth team to Cameroon in June to discuss how we can assist in the full implementation of its national governance strategy, which reflects Commonwealth values of peace, tolerance, respect and understanding. And I am scheduled to visit Cameroon personally, myself, later in the year. And what is really good about the request that came in June was this is the government itself asking the Commonwealth for its assistance.
You don't think that inviting you to come to the country is something of a smokescreen, because there are now hundreds of people who are in jail. There are people who are being kept in conditions that are truly dangerous for their health. The release or the declaration of the release of some of the people in detention has been rebuffed by some of those people, saying that they won't leave until everybody is out of jail. These are events that are happening right now in Cameroon.
Well, I think the most important thing is for us to be engaged in that. I have raised the concerns that have been raised as a result of matters that have been brought to my attention directly with the government of Cameroon. We know...
What's been the response?
The response has been that they invited the team to come in June to work on all of those issues in relation to human rights, in relation to the allegations that have been made, and we have had some positive responses.
Have you called on them to release the hundreds of people that are being detained? Have you called on for an investigation into the prison conditions under which people are being held?
We have raised those matters with the government, and we have to be cognizant of the fact that every government is a sovereign government, and we have to engage them in a way that will be able to make the situation hopefully better. And the government have not rebuffed the outreach that we've given. They've actually welcomed it, and they have shown signs of working with us, which we are taking advantage of. And I think one has to be pleased at the fact that the government is taking some steps, not only to recognise the concerns that have been made, but doing something about it.
Baroness Patricia Scotland is the Secretary General of the Commonwealth. A day after his electoral victory was notified by the Supreme Court, Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta is facing charges of terrorism and secession in the